Welcome back, everybody, to the Blazer Victory Podcast. John Duncan here, and I'm joined as always with my co-host Darian Smith. And Jimmy Marion is back to talk some basketball with us this evening. It's a special night in Bartow, guys. Let's just freaking go, man. UAB beats FAU 86-77, ending the nation's longest win streak of 20 games. UAB is on now its third win in a row. Guys, let's freaking go. This is the team that that UAB fans thought all along, what UAB was capable of. And now we got Jelly back too. Like, let's go, man. I wish we could start the tournament now. Hey,
Let's
let's
go.
go.
No. We still need a couple more games, but
Yes.
were both of y'all in the building at Bartow?
Oh yeah. Or I was. Jimmy,
I
were
was
you there?
there.
Okay.
So Jimmy, I just start with you, man. How was the energy? Like, describe what the fans did to help.
The fans brought it. I thought it was tremendous, really from start to finish. I think the tone was set with Trey Jemison's group that has came to a prior game. They brought the energy. Student section was awesome. You could tell the team was really vibing with the energy from the crowd and vice versa. So it was truly that Bartow electric, atmosphere. Obviously, it wasn't a sellout, but it had those moments where, obviously I was out of my seat shouting, getting excited. So it was great.
Yeah, it was
So
good.
so
Fantastic, man.
what I'm hearing, John, is it almost felt like those days back in the day.
We're getting close, man. We are getting close. Like the announced attendance today was 5,000. So, capacity is what, 8,500 or so for
Yeah.
Bartow. Like, we are so close. Like, if it can be that loud with 5,000 people in there on a weeknight, on a rainy weeknight, like, come on now. Like, the crowd was a huge part in UAB getting the dub today.
Man, I wish I would have been able to be there. I had a couple of things, priorities when you're a man with kids and you got stuff to do and you got jobs and blah blah blah, whatever. But I still had that game on while I was doing everything, and I had to. A lot of times I just became unproductive and I just stopped and started watching the game. And man, it's so many things, so many positive things about this team that I don't know what happened. I don't know what Coach Kennedy did to inspire, but the first thing I want to point out is the help defense.
Yes.
The help defense. And honestly, if I can just put that on somebody, it'll be Tony Tony. I remember in the beginning of the year, I was kind of iffy on Tony Tony because I didn't know where he fit in the offense because he's not really a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
He's just he's like a good athlete, but he's not the tallest. He's probably around 6'3", but he's like, ripped up. He's a strong guy. And so I was like, I don't know where he fits. Like, does he help on offense? Does he not? I did notice he had energy, but I'm like, anybody can run up and down the court, man. Let's say, that it's a meme with Shaq on it that say, hey, I owe you an apology, but I was unfamiliar with your game.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Tony Tony, because he's the first guy I want to point out. His energy has been infectious. The way that he helps. Think about when we first played FAU. If you guys can remember that game. One thing that was driving me nuts was we seemed to go one-on-one. They was picking our guards, like Janelle Davis was like picking our guards out, and it was just like a true one-on-one, like no help, no anything until the dude that made like six baskets in a row, and now we want to send somebody. But now he's in a rhythm. Now he's in the zone. It's hard to stop him. No, it's like Tony gets it. He did, like he I saw when he got in the game, he single-handedly was cutting off driving lanes by just digging down, like we talked about it last basketball pod, digging down. So if you think you got a straight, you think you can just drive in and muscle Jelly Walker or something like that. No, here's another guy reaching at the ball. He's making you pick up your dribble or dribble back out, making you second guess, or I'm gonna kick it to the corner. So you think your man is open on that corner? No, scramble out. And the second thing we did was contest threes.
Yes.
We have been horrible at that this year. No, they shot like I can't. I know it was like 7-31. It was some crazy number, and most of that was like at the end of the game when they went on that little mini spurt.
Mm-hmm.
We contested shots. Like it wasn't that they just wasn't hitting. We were jumping and getting our hands up. We were scrambling, and you can tell they was just used to just like, oh yeah, we get these shots. No, not against us, not against this team, because we scramble out, we hustle our asses off, and we get them off the 3-point line. I'm gonna just stop there and see what y'all if y'all seeing what I'm saying about the team's energy on defense. It has me. I'm standing up now. I'm pumped up.
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Well, I'll say this. I always got to add a little bit of recruiting flavor to the conversation. Tony, if you guys recall, I believe he was Andy Kennedy's first commitment. Andy Kennedy was hired March 20th of 2020. Tony committed 10 days later. And being an in-state guy, you just can't have enough Tonys on this basketball team. There have been times where I've certainly, tried to figure out the exact role that he would play in this team, question the shot a little bit. But when he's had the opportunity, whether it's against, in prior season, maybe against a lower level opponent, he came in and balled out. And now he's getting these minutes and these, grinded out, highly competitive contest where he took that corner three, I believe it was in the first half, and I'm expecting it to go in. Like I'm starting to develop as a fan, like that just trust. And, he is really, in my opinion, like just peaking because it's not against a Rhodes College. This is against like high level. And tonight being one of them, a top 25 basketball team in front of a great crowd. And he's hustling, he's getting offensive rebounds. He's off the miss. He's grabbing the boards, putting it back and ones, hitting his free throws. He's really just doing all those little things in addition to bringing energy. He's bringing the energy, Darian, but he's also producing in that box score too. And so he's really kind of putting those things together.
Yeah, I love it, and I really don't have anything to add, other than what you two guys said about Tony. Just infectious. The team really rallied around him. Defensively, like you could tell it a couple times where Gaines and Walker were in there, and they were kind of struggling on defense, so they just pulled Jelly and put Tony back out there to defend, and it's very infectious. Tony just has that grit, and it's honestly too, it's a continuation from the Rice game this past Saturday. Darren, we kind of posed the question, when did we record that? Was that yesterday or 2 days? Recently, that is UAB basketball finally turning a corner? They are showing the same defensive effort that they did against Rice and even against Louisiana Tech. And you guys are right. You look at the stats. FAU struggled from the 3-point line, 8 of 36 for 22%. And I swear 3 or 4 of those were in the last 2 minutes. So it was even worse than that before. But this team is playing good team defense. And this team is really just kind of hitting their stride at the right points. And you mentioned the energy from Tony, and one guy that really stood out to me today, and of course it was the return of Jelly Walker. It was good to see him back in and get some points, but I really love the energy that Taven Lovin showed today. He only got 10 points, but man, he looked like the Taven Lovin of old. He was cutting to the basket. He, made 2 out of 3 free throws, getting 7 boards, and 2 of those on the offensive side. Like, Taven Lovin really helped bring that energy too, because Trey Jemison brought the energy too, but he was in foul trouble early on. Really, both our bigs were in foul trouble early on in this game. But yeah, guys like Tony, Taven Lovin, or Levon. I didn't get to hear the CBS Sports Network broadcast. Darian, did they pronounce it correctly this time, or were they saying Levon like they did?
They did pronounce it correctly.
Okay.
They did.
Well, good. I just wanted to mention Lovin because he had that little his back's been bothering him, but it was great to see him finally get back to his old self tonight. And I hope this, continues. And KJ Buffin, did well today. Just really an overall good team effort. And that's, honestly, that's what it was going to take to beat a number 19 ranked team like FAU, who plays well as a team. And, it was great to see UAB kind of make those strides and get other guys to step up like Tony, Taven Lovin. It's just great to see, and we just hope that it can continue. FIU Saturday. The pessimist in me, being a UAB fan all these years, kind of like, hey, yeah, we've got this big high win, over 19 ranked FAU, and then FIU comes into town Saturday. So I don't know if this is just a pessimist in me, kind of worrying about that game
But
now.
see,
But hey,
but I'm gonna tell you what kind of eases my mind on that is that the way I've always said that I'm a process over results guy, always.
Mm.
And the process and how we are getting these results is it's totally different. It's night and day from the other results that we were getting when we were losing. Totally different. This is a team, John. Like, they are performing as connected. One thing that FAU it really thrives off of is their connectivity as a team. They seem very in sync, and we attacked that. Like, we was like, y'all connected. We connected to y'all swinging the ball, swinging it around, making the extra pass. Well, we got a guy that's hustling over, that's running you off the 3-point line. Now I'm forcing you to make a play. So it was a couple times where we hustled over. We was in that 1-3-1. USC got sprinting all the way back across to cover that guy in the corner, in the opposite corner. And it'd be, now Jonell Davis, that was KJ Buffin that sprinted all the way over. And he's not giving you an open three. So now you're trying to drive against a big guy, and it ain't working. It was so many things like that was going on. Of course, the player of the game is Eric Gaines. So
yeah, he is.
we talked about him so much in the beginning of the year. Like, he was trying to find his role. We didn't really know what he was. Like, no, he's not really that. He's not really that. But I have clarity. I know one thing I tweeted is like, clarity, man. What he is he just kind of takes what he's given, but he just has to be under control. Don't worry about his shot selection as much as his control. It was one play he did. It was a simple play, and it probably put us back up by like 10 or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but he got a screen from Trey, and he kind of just patient dribbled, and he kind of just drug it out a little bit, and he kind of just sidestepped it. It was an open mid-range jumper. It wasn't forced. He kind of was waiting to see what they was giving him. You can tell he was just thinking it through, and swish, it was open. It was a good shot, and I was like, "That's it." When he is not kind of pressing, trying to find his shot. Like, early in the game, he kind of took a out of control 3-pointer off a screen. That's not his game. Sometimes Jelly can take those shots. He take those heat checks. He kind of did it in a mid-range jumper. I was kind of like, Jelly. Oh, he made it. I was like, okay, well, that's Jelly.
Right.
But that's not Eric's game. Eric is so much better when he is under control and he is just letting it come to him. If he was a quarterback, he would be a take what the defense is giving me type of guy. Like, he's a guy that let's say he played football, he would be a guy that can run the ball. If y'all give it to him, he can dump it off over the middle. He can go over the top. He probably is not particularly excellent at one thing, but he's good at it all. And once he gets in a rhythm, once he gets his confidence and his mind is clear, another thing is like he hasn't been getting texts. He hasn't been showing that poor body language. Like, notice all of this little stuff that's been going on with Eric lately. He has totally turned all of that stuff over. I was getting pessimistic about him for a second. I was like, man, I'll just do his body language. Like, I don't know, he might be the one to pull the team down. Like, everybody's having to coach him up. No, he has totally flipped his whole outlook. I feel like on basketball, he has really matured, And I think that's been such a wonderful, like, just it's been a wonderful turn for this basketball team, and it's showing in this play.
Yeah, speaking of confidence and rhythm, we'd be amiss if we didn't mention his free throw shooting. I believe he was 10 of 11 this
Yes,
evening. And if you think
huge.
back to a month ago, we were sitting there on a Thursday night against UTEP, and he's going to the line, end of
Brick after
regulation. He's
brick.
got three, and he's got to hit two to win it. He's got to
Mm.
get one to go to overtime. He hits one of three. He went 6 of 11 that game, so just north of 50%. He's had 69 free throw attempts since then, including tonight, and he's hit 60 of them. So that's 87%. So even in games in which he has struggled to shoot from the field, which has been the case from time to time, he has proven that mentally he's prepared, he's spent time in the gym, and that he's gone to that free throw line where he did struggle, and that can really defeat somebody. But he's shown a lot of mental fortitude, and he's given me a tremendous amount of confidence that if and when we're in the conference tournament, we're in big games down the stretch, that it's not just get the ball to Jelly, let Jelly get to the line. Now we'll take that, right? But that we can also put the ball in Eric Gaines' hands, and we can feel confident, in my opinion, that he's going to knock down those crucial free throws.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and love to see it for Gaines. Seems to get that confidence, mental confidence going, like Jimmy just said. Another guy that I wanted to mention too is KJ Buffin. I mean, he was one of those guys like Gaines, that would get teed up. It seems like all the time with just terrible body language. Now, I mean, he still doesn't have the best body language, but I feel like he's even gotten better. Kind of just shrugging it off, not going over to the refs and just arguing his case, just saying whatever and go about his business. But I mean, KJ, he only had 9 points tonight, but 3 of 3 from the free throw line. 9 rebounds, an assist. Uh, Playing good basketball. And I just think it goes back to what Darian said earlier. I think this team is just playing really good team basketball. It ain't, one or two guys trying to get highlights and, worrying about themselves. They are playing team basketball, team defense. The energy is there. Everybody guarded well tonight against a really efficient offense of FAU. And also, too, it was just good to see Jelly back out there. I know he didn't start, but it was good to see him back out there.
And it was good to see Jelly back out there, not forcing it. Like
Yes.
another last time we saw him when he was at FAU, he was just jacking up shots. Like you can tell, he was like, "I'm Jelly Walker. I'm the nation's leading scorer. This is what I do." But when you do that and you're pressing, him and Eric used to always press. When you do that and you're pressing, you're taking so many opportunities and chances away from your team. You're taking away from the identity. So of the team, so we have guys that can score. We have a whole bunch of guys like Ladarius Brewer, Taven, look, all these guys can score. Even Trey Jemison with his hooks and putbacks, and Javian Davis on the block and his offensive rebounding. Like we
Hey,
tied.
real quick too. Speaking of Trey Jemison, please don't ever pull up a jump shot. Did y'all see him shoot that jump shot? I said, "What in the
We sure
hell are
did.
you doing?" I said,
No, give
I
me the hook,
screamed,
man.
"No, please! I'd
Just
rather
do
see
the
that
hook.
freaking hook. Just do the hook, yeah."
Yeah. But yeah, so we have all of these guys that can score. But I think with Jelly, and he really showed, he wasn't able. Even I can take his missed shots in the beginning of the game because they were in the flow. It wasn't nothing that he was kind of pressing to just try, But he unlocked himself by those 6 assists when he had like one basket at one point, but he had like 6 or 7 assists because he was finding guys or let's take away the assist. He'd come off a screen, he'd try to make a play, whatever, it wasn't there. He just bagged it back out to Eric. Reset. Let's run the play. Oh, you know what? Taven Lovin. Taven's game is based on physicality. I saw one play when we kind of bagged it out. Boom, got Taven. Hey, get him in the post against this smaller guy. Easy money. You know what that does to Taven's his mental, what that does to him, and his confidence. I believe early in the year his confidence was zapped because we weren't even trying to get to him, get to his spots But one
When he
thing I feel
was,
like,
he was missing layups. Yeah, but
yeah, that takes away because you're not getting these shots in rhythm, you know. And so when you get them, you try to get them right, and it just kind of take away because like you're not confident you're gonna get these shots in the flow of the game because here's Jelly just jacking shots, you know. No, Jelly was like, no, I'm bring it back. Here you go. Eric did a good job. Like, oh, JV and Davis, I went to the hole. I Euro stepped and I found you right here. Cutting to the hole. Like it here, Ladarius Brewer. Here, Ty Brewer. Like here you go, open for a three right here. Go rise up and take that. That's a good quality shot. Make or miss. Good quality shot. Ladarius, you can work in this mid post area. That's your game. Everybody was able to eat. Tony, man, you've been giving us so much energy. Put that back up and one. I
mm,
feel like this is what this team need, and then it lets me know that everything was surrounded by the mental aspect of the game. Like we talk about the body language and everything. This team is totally different from what that team was, as far as like attitude and body language. Jimmy mentioned those UTIP free throws, and the first thing that popped up in my head was I remember his face. I remember Eric Gaines' face when he was missing those shots and his body language. He was just kind of slumping and walking, head down. Nobody was coming over to pick him up. Like it was just a segmented team. Now I saw Taven Love and smile. I can't remember who. Somebody had an and one, and they came over. They rallied. Taven Love and was smiling, like he chest bumping him and stuff. I haven't seen him do that all year, you know. But now this team, you can tell that they have confidence in each other, and I think the energy from the defense and the connectivity of the defense kind of spread over to the offense. We ain't worried about trying to get out on fast breaks. That's why we win in rebounding because everybody's coming in to rebound. I saw Jelly get in there and win a rebound like over a big. Like it was crazy.
Yeah,
you love to see a
that was,
guard
I
get
think,
that.
Yeah,
late. Yeah.
yeah, it seemed like such a simple play. Did y'all see that?
Yes.
What I'm talking about?
Yes.
I'm like, was that Jelly that just got that rebound? Yes, because we had like three guys converge instead of leaking out trying to get on the fast break, and we're winning rebound battles. We are winning the mental aspect of it. We're connected, and once we knew we had all the ingredients, we just wasn't making the right dish. But man, oh, it looked like we got some steak rub going right now. I don't
Let
know
them
which
cook,
flavor.
man. Let them cook.
Hey, they cooking. Like I like my steaks medium.
Hold up. Let them cook. Yeah.
Hey, they cooking, man. They are cooking. I finally know what we cooking.
Cooking some owls, man.
Put them
Two
on
in a
the
row.
baby.
Yes. Yes. Well, all right. Big win for UAB. Again, UAB beats number 19 ranked FAU 86-77, improved to 16-7 overall. More importantly, 7-5 in the Conference USA. And they end the Owls' 20-game win streak. And also, it was good to see UAB beat a ranked team in Bartow. And that this is the first time in nearly 10 years, nearly a decade. Last time was when North Carolina came to Bartow in 2013. So just great to see UAB. And also, I'm glad they didn't storm the court. Like, hey, well, never mind. I don't want to. I gotta watch myself because I do. Hey, I respect FAU. Like I do. Like this team. This is a good team. Dusty May's got a good thing going down there in Boca. Um, you know, they were the hottest team in the nation. So, but hey,
Jimmy, let's be real. They don't want to see us in the tournament.
oh no, hey, we got to get that best out of three now. Hey,
Hey, we got to let's get North Texas. Let's get North Texas too. Let's show them, what's up with this.
Yes.
And I
we got to
think,
go down to Denton. Yeah, we got to go down to Denton in a week or
A
two.
week from today, I think.
Yeah, it is next week. Yeah,
hey, let's go. Oh no, hold on. First, before we go spank them,
FIU.
yeah, we got to fry some Panthers. Like we need to go on a revenge tour. Like
Yes.
we need that, and I think if we complete this revenge tour, I think that's stamping. Like I know we said a couple pods ago, like throw that too big stuff out the league and
Hmm.
focus on incrementally getting better game by game leading up to the tournament. And I'll be damned. that's what they're doing. Like, it almost brings tears to your eyes, just to see them doing it so good. And I want us to keep this momentum going and keep getting better into the tournament. And I don't think nobody would want to see us. I think we would be the best team when we play like this. We are the best team in Conference USA, including FAU. That's how I feel.
I agree. I mean, shoot.
I say it with my chest.
Hey, I mean, we were so close to beating them in Boca earlier. So, I mean, if John L. Davis didn't go for 36, and you notice tonight he only had what? It wasn't no 36. Hold on. Was it 18?
I think a lot were in the second half too.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, most of them was in late in that second half. So,
Yeah, when they was hitting those threes and we was turning the ball over like we didn't know how to break a press.
so John L. LeBron James Davis didn't go off.
Luka,
Yeah.
John Morant, Zion Williamson. Yeah.
Nice. Well, all right, guys. Well, we'll wrap this up. Again, good win for UAB, 86-77 over a ranked FAU team. Let's continue that momentum into Saturday as the FIU Panthers come to Bartow at 3 p.m. Hope everybody can make it out to Bartow Arena for the big game and for the big baby race at halftime, where we'll see Noah win that race. Noah. Yes, gotta get that chant going. Yeah, don't forget. All right, Darren. What you got?
Shout out to Coach, for closing in, getting Jordan Hall and Isaiah Jacobs today. Yes, in recruiting.
Getting them recruits, man.
I had to bring it up. We weren't able to bring it up last pod because they wanted to wait until today and make a grand entrance, but it was just a really, really good day for UAB athletics as a whole today.
Great day.
Yes.
All right, Darren. You want to go ahead and send us out?
Blazer Nation, let's ride.